Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's time for our first book haul of the year. I genuinely, for halfway through this year, I thought I was going to have maybe 3 books to show you, and I thought that'd be a really small book haul. Maybe I should skip. But then somehow I've accumulated 13 books. For someone on a book buying ban, I don't know how I ended up with 13 books. I have no willpower. I have no excuse. So we're going to dive into this because, yeah, this was not how I was expecting this book haul to go. The first book was gifted to me by the publisher. It's Fallen Gods by Rachel Van Dyke. I have been eyeing this up for quite a while when it was first announced. I never pre-ordered it because there was no special edition of this, and I'm trying to get better at pre-ordering books that are only special editions and then just noting down dates for book releases that I'm excited for, and then I can go and pick it up. Mostly because I want an excuse to go to the bookstore, but also because it doesn't make sense to pre-order every single book unless I'm genuinely really interested in it, and if I am, then I'll go to the bookshop and buy it. But this was sent to me, which I'm so grateful for. I am really looking forward to this because this is inspired by Norse mythology, and if you know me, I love books based on any sort of mythology, but first and foremost is Greek and Egyptian. But I'm really excited for this and to see how this world is set up and to really dive in. So this is actually pretty exciting. I haven't picked it up yet. It says the world believed the gods were myths and the giants were only stories. They were wrong. The gods aren't dead. They're merely sleeping, locked in immortal bodies scattered across the world, waiting for the right spark to wake them. And Ray's father, Odin, is the most ruthless of them all. Odin raised her to obey, to bleed and to be his blade when the time came. Now he's sending her to Ender University, a place steeped in ancient bloodlines and deadly secrets. And one mission to steal back Mjolnir, the hammer of legend. If she fails, everyone she loves will die. But Eric Erickson wasn't part of the plan. He's the enemy's heir, distant, dangerous, and the one person she absolutely cannot afford to fall for. He's closed himself off completely, and the more she tries to unravel him, the harder it becomes for her to remember who she truly is and where the lies end. Only a mission she never chose and a man she was never meant to love stands between her and a war that will decide the fate of the world. I'm so excited for this. I think this is a spicy fantasy romance, and I'm just looking forward to it. This sounds so compelling. I'm really, yeah, right up there on the TBR. Next, I have Enchantra by Kaylee Smith. This was a pre-order. I've already read Phantasma and Enchantra, but I have the paperbacks, and when they announced it hardbacks, I immediately had to pre-order. First of all, because they're stunning. Second of all, because I am a hardback girl, so of course I have to have the hardback of these. And you know, I do at some point want to do a reread in preparation for the next book in the series, Demonica, which I'm so excited for. So yeah, I love these editions. Next, I did break the book buying ban to buy this. It's the fourth and final book in the compelling Fate saga, A Fate So Dark and Delicate by Sophia St. Germain. I'm planning on reading it this month because it's the final book in the series. It wraps it up. I originally didn't buy it when it was released because she's been picked up traditionally, and I was aware that they were going to bring out a whole new set of editions of this book, and this wasn't supposed to be released in the UK. But somehow, when checking Amazon, I saw that it was up on Amazon for ordering. So I immediately had to order it because I don't know how long it's going to stay up there before it gets taken down for the English publisher version. And I just want all my editions to match. So yeah, I'm so happy that I have this in my hands, and it was well worth breaking the book buying ban for. And I'm also planning on reading it this month because I would really love to wrap up this series, find out what happened. I love this series. This is such an amazing fae romance to see. Sometimes it's really difficult to pick up fae romances because they all tend to follow the same trend. They never quite hit the same, but this one really did. This one was superb, and yeah, I think this is going to be an amazing 5-star book, and I need to stop being in the middle of so many series. Next, I have the Fairy Loot edition of Lady of Darkness, which I'm so excited about. So this is the first 3 books in the Lady of Darkness series. I mean, I have said it over and over again. I'm obsessed with Melissa K. Rowick. Every book she writes is absolutely superb. I'm also going to be breaking my book buying ban to buy Tortured Souls, which is her next book her next book, her next duology in the Chaos verse, and I absolutely have to have it. So I'm so excited. But these editions are absolutely stunning, and the first book is signed. I will put a close up of these books here. But yeah, they're absolutely stunning, and I've always wanted special editions of these books, and now I finally have them, and they were well worth the wait. I'm so obsessed with them. So happy they're here. Next is my Fairy Loot Romantasy book pick for January, which is King of Ravens by Claire Sagar. This is a stunning special edition. I know some people didn't like this. I loved this. I think that this is absolutely phenomenal and so beautiful. I've been displaying it with the dust jacket off because I am just so obsessed with the way this looks, and I'm so looking forward to this. This is another book that I'll be reading in February. It's actually planned to be my next read after I finish my current read, because I can't wait any longer. I've been counting down the days for this release. I love Claire Sagar's world. I love the way she writes. I love the characters she brings to life, and I have a feeling this is a very strong contender to be a 5-star, so I'm really looking forward to this. Next is Rings of Fate by Melissa de la Cruz. I have read this. I was originally gifted the e-arc for this book. I think I got about 80 pages in to the e-arc on my phone because I don't have a Kindle. And then I realised I'm really enjoying this, and this is like the perfect read to read in between dark fantasy romances, that I need to buy the physical edition because I hate reading on my phone. And I bought it, and then I finished it not that long after, because this was just such a great palette cleanser. It was fun, it was easy to fall into. The characters were interesting, the plot was very interesting, the dynamic was different than what I'm used to, and yeah, it was a really fun read. Do I think I would have enjoyed this if I'd read this at any other time? Probably not. This isn't the typical fantasy romance that I reach for, but I had a lot of fun with this. This was a great light-hearted read to read in between darker, harder reads, and yeah, I really enjoyed following along and reading it. I ended up rating this a 3.5 star, I think, or a 3-star, because it was fun, it was easy, the world building was great. I have no real complaints. It just isn't a typical book that I would have reached for and that I would really, really enjoy, but it was like the perfect read at the perfect time. So this was, yeah, this was good. I bought 3 of the 4 books in the An Ember in the Ashes series. I really love these editions of this book. I love how big the paperback is, and I love the cover. I still need to buy the 3rd one, which is a little bit harder to track down, but I bought these because I found them for such a good deal on Vinted. And I'm also really wanting to read Air, which is a book set in this world, but I think it's really worth reading this first before I dive into that. So I'm planning on reading this really soon now that I finally have the books. And I think this is going to be, I have a lot of high hopes for this. I think this is going to be something I really enjoy, but yeah, it was such a steal that I couldn't not buy it, even though I'm in the middle of a book buying ban, and you know, they're not new, they're secondhand. So does it really count as breaking the book buying ban? I don't think so. So yeah, I still need to track down the 3rd book, but for now I can read the first 2 books and then figure that out. Okay, the final 2 books I bought is Hollow by the Twisted Sisters and Echo Fort by the Twisted Sisters. Echo Fort is the 2nd book in the Sins of the Zodiac series. I recently did a reading vlog where I read Neverkeep, and I really ended up enjoying it, so of course I had to pick up the 2nd book. And I really want to pick it up really soon because I'm on a roll with the book having read it not too long ago, so I didn't want to wait 3 months to then read this because my book buying ban would be over, and I'm again planning on reading this really, really soon, so I had to pick it up. But Hollow I pre-ordered September 2025 on Amazon because that was the only place you could pre-order this book, and that pre-order never came, so I ended up ordering it from Blackwell's, and that took a couple weeks. So I wasn't actually in a book buying ban when I bought this, so technically I didn't break the book buying ban for this one, but I have been dying to get my hands on this. I've been dying to pick this up. It's on my February TBR because I've waited so long that I can't wait any longer to pick this up. I've heard such amazing things. Everyone says this is the best book the Twisted Sisters has ever wrote, and it's in single POV, which is my favourite, especially for a first book in the series. I think this is book 1 in the Crown of Hearts and Chaos, and yeah, this looks so interesting. The cover is stunning, the suede edges is stunning, and yeah, I think this is going to be an amazing read. I actually feel like this is another book that I might read in my 24-hour readathon. Probably saying too many books to actually read during that, but I'm quite a fast reader. And this is smaller than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, I've been absolutely just, I've been looking at the tracking for this book every day since I pre-ordered it, and the fact that I now have it like 5 months later is insane. But it's finally here and I'm so excited to read that. But yeah, that is my January book haul. Not too much damage was done, to be quite honest. I think I was very well behaved. February is going to be worse because we're 10 days in, and yeah, I've got a lot of books already, and I've already ordered another one because the book I'm currently reading is so good I have to have book 2. So yeah, the book buying ban is broken, but you know, that's neither here nor there. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, subscribe. You can find me on all socials as Lauriereadz with a Z, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.